Give me 5 minutes of your time and I'll share something about life, God, and the Bible. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him." Matthew 2 1 through 2. The first thing we need to clarify is that they are not called wise men. As our translation today points out clearly, they are called Magi. The word Magi is derived from the Greek magoi, which is the plural form of the Greek word magos. This is the origin of the English word magic. The Magi are therefore sorcerers and astrologers who look at the stars so that they can control and predict human events. They follow a star and it leads them first to Jerusalem and then to the little town of Bethlehem. Douglas lives in Arizona. He is familiar with the celebration of Three Kings Day or Day of the Kings across the border in Mexico on January 6th. It is the same day as the day of the Epiphany on the church calendar, January 6th. Whether called Three Kings Day or Epiphany, it is a day to celebrate the Magi visiting the baby Jesus in Bethlehem. This results in the Epiphany or the manifestation of God to the Magi. Here is Douglas's story. On January 6th of each year, many of my neighbors across the border in Mexico celebrate Dia de los Reyes, or Day of the Kings. This holiday is a celebration of the faithfulness of the Magi and the generous gifts they brought to the Christ child. But who were these Magi who were searching for the King of the Jews? Were they really kings or royalty from other kingdoms? Were they astrologers or nomads? Were there only three? Did they travel with a caravan for safety? And why is it that Matthew is the only one of the Gospels to tell this story of faith and hope? What is clear to me is the deep faith of the Magi, who were willing to leave their homes and travel far, believing the truth of a prophecy and following a moving star. When the star finally led them to Bethlehem, they humbly presented their gifts and worshipped the child, the promised Messiah. So whether we celebrate January 6 as the ending of the 12 days of Christmas, or in recognition of the journey of the Magi, or as Epiphany, the revealing of Christ's birth to the world, it is a special time to celebrate faith, love, and hope in the promises of God. As we start the year 2024, we are challenged by the faith of these Magi. They come from a very pagan background in the East. Yet when King Herod and his religious scholars point to Micah 5 verse 2, which says that the king is born in this little town of Bethlehem, they still follow this star which leads them to Bethlehem. This is to be compared with King Herod, who feels threatened by the baby Jesus. King Herod will later ask that all baby boys under the age of 2 in Bethlehem be killed. As we start 2024, which path will we choose? Which star will we follow? The Magi or King Herod? The Magi worship the baby Jesus. King Herod tries to kill the baby Jesus. Matthew 2 verse 11. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Amen.